CTV News with Sarah Freemark.
Never seen anything like that or heard anything like that, but I guess it's just getting bad out there.
Shots fired in Barrie's south end, and now police are trying to piece together who's responsible. Thank you for joining us. Families in South End Barrie woke up startled after gunfire erupted on a quiet street late last night. Let's head there now. CTV's Luke Samar joins us live from the scene. What can you tell us at this point, Luke?
Well, Sarah, this is the second shooting in just more than a week here in the city. This one, a drive-by shooting in Barrie's south end, right here along Collier Crescent. A kid-friendly neighborhood, quiet, with a school across the street, but overnight shots rang out, leaving this quiet neighborhood on edge in the latest incident of gun violence in the city.
I woke up in the middle of the night to pop, 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 and I was just like, what's going on? I thought I was back at work running the CNC machines or something.
Neighbors in this affluent area speaking out after the drive-by shooting on Collier Crescent in the city's south end.
It appears to be a targeted shooting at one home. 2 vehicles were struck by some gunfire, and the residents in the home were not affected by this.
Those in the area in disbelief.
I heard what I thought was a car backfiring. It was like pop, 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 pop. I didn't think at the time it was gunfire.
Police say several people were inside the house at the time of the shooting, but no one was injured. Some neighbors say they heard shots and saw a commotion from the police presence.
The only person I saw out on the street at that time, because I did get up to look, was in the driveway, just behind me. And I saw maybe half a dozen people to a dozen people, and some had flashlights. And I just assumed it was car issues,
leaving those in the neighborhood weary of violence.
It's a little nerve-wracking. Like, I think about it, like, okay, well, what does that, like, people driving around with guns now, and, like, no fear of just unloading in the middle of the night, like, in a suburb? I've never seen anything like that or heard anything like that, but I guess it's just getting bad out there, and I don't know what it could be.
Police remained in the area throughout the day today, going door to door, looking for additional information regarding this drive-by shooting.
Gun violence is concerning for the citizens of Barrie as well as for the police here. If you have any information in regards to seeing anything unusual, speeding vehicles, if you've got any dash camera footage or ring camera footage from your home, please contact investigators. We'd love to speak with you.
And police say that the car was last seen driving at a high rate of speed down Esther Drive. Again, while police look for those responsible, they say there is no threat to public safety. And this is an ongoing investigation. Reporting live in Barrie, I'm Luke Samar. Sarah, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, thanks for that, Luke. We will continue to monitor that investigation and keep an eye out for updates. Police are asking for the public's help this evening, tracking down a Barrie man following a late-night stabbing. 28-year-old Adam Myshak is tied to the incident that happened just after midnight on Saturday in the area of Ann Street North and Donald Street, where a 43-year-old man was found with life-threatening injuries. Myshak is facing multiple charges, including assault with a weapon. York Regional Police are searching for suspects after shots were fired at a home in East Gwillimbury. It happened around 1 a.m. this morning outside a home on Frederick Pearson Street. Police say the shooting was targeted, but no injuries have been reported. So far, they have not provided any details about possible suspects. 2 Barrie men remain behind bars tonight, accused of robbing an Oshawa mall jewelry store. The daring mid-afternoon heist was caught on camera, along with sharp shoppers who jumped into action before police arrived. Here's CTV's Mike Arcelides with more on the local men that are now facing some serious charges.
22-year-old Colton Peters McComb is accused of being one of 5 jewelry store thieves arrested 15 days ago at the Oshawa Centre Mall, where shoppers were seen tackling and choking 2 of the alleged thieves, helping police take the accused into custody. Peters McComb has been behind bars since his arrest, along with this man, 40-year-old Ryan McPhail, also of Barrie. McPhail, listed by Durham Regional Police as being of no fixed address, also faces older charges in Barrie, accused of assault and uttering threats. McPhail appeared in court with a black eye, crying days after cell phone video inside the Oshawa Mall recorded a man being put in a chokehold by a shopper outside Bellagio Jewelers. Moments after the store was hit by thieves, police say used bear spray in the March 29th mid-afternoon smash and grab. One of the other men was seen running out of the mall. What happened next was a wild chase across the street, all captured on camera, where 3 of the accused 18, 17, and 15-year-olds from Mississauga and Brampton were arrested, including the alleged getaway driver, who was also charged with leaving the scene of an accident. With help from the K-9 unit, officers chased down the remaining suspects within minutes of the jewelry store robbery. Police said Peters McComb has been charged with robbery, possession of a prohibited weapon, wearing a disguise with intent, possession of property obtained by crime over $5,000, conspiracy to commit an indictable offense, and 4 counts of possession of drugs. McPhail faces many of the same charges, along with failing to comply with probation orders. Police said he was already banned from having weapons on him. The allegations against them have not been tested in court. Mike Arsledy, CTV News, Barrie.
A major investigation into illegal workers in Western Canada has led to serious charges for a Barrie man. The RCMP say Kevin Keelty, seen here from a previous trial in Barrie, is the owner of a labor agency called One Team and has been fined $70,000, sentenced to 2 years probation and 50 hours of community service. This comes following a Canada Border Services Agency and RCMP investigation that found dozens of foreign nationals from Mexico working illegally in both Banff and Jasper, been brought in from Ontario. Officials say this is Keelty's second conviction under immigration law. He was previously sentenced to an 18-month conditional sentence and house arrest. An SUV crashed into a building on Maple View Drive West. That was this morning. Let's take a look at the scene. This was shortly after 9 a.m. That's where emergency crews responded to find a car that had reversed up over the curb and through the window of the La Vion Rose store. Officials say the building sustained structural damage and will need to be assessed, but no injuries were reported. A firefighter is recovering after an early morning fire in Angus. Crews responded to Brown's Line just before 7 a.m., where a blaze spread from a garage into the attic and roof of a home. Everyone was able to get out safely, but one firefighter is now working with a minor arm injury. Damage is estimated at around $600,000, and the fire is not considered suspicious. Well, our region's largest hospital, Royal Victoria Regional Health Centre, is taking a major step to strengthen children's health care here in Ontario. Let's bring in CTV's Jack Morris. He's been following this. What would you like to start with, Jack?
Well, Sarah, RVH is joining a group of other smaller community hospitals that are partnering with the country's best children's health care centre. That's Sick Kids Hospital. The goal is to provide the same level of care you get there in our region without having to go all the way to Toronto. Triplets are almost always considered high risk. But then, Christina Trotter learned one of her daughters, Grace, was suffering from fetal growth restriction, smaller than 9 in 10 babies.
It was very stressful, really scary, and just not what you would hope.
Trotter was in the inpatient unit at Sunnybrook Hospital for 6 weeks. She delivered her girls early at 32 weeks. 3 days later, they were transferred to the NICU at RVH.
From the moment we arrived here, everything felt different. 2
of her daughters stayed at RVH for 28 days before being discharged, but Grace wasn't out of the woods yet. She was rushed to Sick Kids Hospital. It would be another 2 weeks before it was safe to send her back to RVH. Grace spent 63 days in the NICUs across the 2 hospitals.
I truly believe that Grace is here with us today because of the care she received at RVH and Sick Kids.
Her situation isn't unique. RVH helps families like Trotter's all the time, and now local doctors will have direct line to the country's top experts in pediatrics.
Our care team can reach out to sick kids when they have a question, when they want some expertise, and really, save parents from taking unnecessary risks driving down to the GTA with their child and making sure they get the right care here that they need.
But it's not just a consult service, it's a two-way street.
This is not just about other academic institutions providing advice of this is how you should do it. It's really trying to come together and learn together, because there are certain things that we can all learn from each other.
For families like the Trotters, the benefits are obvious.
I feel a lot more, at peace that if anything, God forbid, ever to occur, I could have that care here.
Now, the Kids Health Alliance says this is just one step and could open the door for other local hospitals to join. Hospitals like Soldiers Memorial Hospital in Orillia, South Lake Regional Health Centre. Better care for kids across our region. Sarah.
All right, thanks for that, Jack. Let's talk golf. Yes, many are taking the opportunity to tee off their spring season early as local courses begin to open, including Bear Creek.
Absolutely ecstatic, long overdue. It was a long winter and very excited to be out here.
Put a couple in the water, but that's okay. Got to donate some to the pond. But yeah, excited to be out golfing. Weather's nice, sun's shining. Couldn't ask for a better day.
With the kind of winter we had, that difficult winter, we thought we were going to be a lot later, and we got fortunate, our location of the course, that we didn't have the amount of snow that other places had, so we were able to get things started a little early.
What a nice day to be out here, and honestly, there's nowhere else we'd rather be. Just don't tell our girlfriends that.
It's all caught on camera, my friend. The course was originally set to welcome players this upcoming weekend, but because of that stretch of sunny, warm weather that we saw last week, it sped up those plans. Let's go ahead and take a live look at our roads this hour. This is along Highway 400 in Barrie near Essa Road, looking a bit foggy right now. Gloominess is expected to stay. Environment Canada has issued rainfall warnings, advising drivers to be cautious of pooling on roadways and washouts near rivers, creeks, and culverts. With more rain to come by morning, let's talk weather, shall we, Casey Colby? Good evening to you.
Good evening to you, and yes, it's gray and gloomy out here without any question, and there is a rainfall warning in effect. More on that in just a moment's time. The weekend, as far as what the weekend was weather-wise, if you were lucky enough to get out and enjoy some sunshine, good on you, because I'm going to be a bit of a spoiler alert. There's not a whole lot of sunshine in the forecast as of right now. Yeah, here we go. Let's jump to the alert board, and as we jump to the alert board, rainfall warning in effect, and this is effectively from Innisfil all the way north, Muskoka Parry Sound, and from Innisfil all the way west to Lake Huron. We're looking at anywhere from 20 to possibly 40 millimeters of rainfall this evening. You may already be experiencing it right now. The area in gray surrounding that area in yellow, well, that is an advisory warning, because yes, the rain, that border could change, and it could certainly expand or decrease. Let's continue on with a first look at the forecast, brought to you by thegraveldrivewayguy.com, your local gravel driveway expert. 12 degrees out here. It's quite pleasant as far as temperatures go anyway. And the winds out of the west, 15 kilometers an hour. Augusta's high is about 50 a little later on, even possibly 60, some of the higher elevations. This is a look at the temperature as we speak. Hey, how about 12 degrees in Owen Sound, 12 in Collingwood. Looks like 8 Parry Sound Way. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is not a typo. That is 20 degrees in Toronto. 20. More on that coming up just a few minutes' time. This is the radar satellite images over the last little while. Have we had a brief shower pass through? Have you had a brief shower pass through? Because there's going to be a little bit more of that, judging from this rainfall warning. And coming up in the forecast, Sarah, I'll let you know when we see the sun again.
That would be nice.
Kind of ominous, but Saturday sure was nice. I hope you got a little bit of sunshine, but yeah, it's April showers, May flowers, that kind of deal. Yeah.
Exactly. There's the silver lining, the May flowers to follow. Thanks, Case.
Yeah.
A new chapter in long-term care is taking shape in Muskoka, with construction well underway on a new 160-bed facility. CTV's Rob Cooper brings us a look at what's to come.
These are busy days for crews working on the new Fairburn long-term care home in Huntsville.
Any given day, we could have up to 100 individuals working.
With the completion date less than a year away and the need for long-term care beds, the race is on to get Muskoka's newest long-term care home open.
Right now we have 56 people that call Fairburn home, and once we move over here, we'll have 160 people.
The new Fairburn development will replace this existing facility nearly a kilometer away. The new building has been designed to have as much natural light beam inside as possible. The building will also have a child care center. The district says many efforts have gone into making sure the building stays relevant for decades.
It's a concrete superstructure, which means the bones are poured cast-in-place concrete, which has a better life expectancy than what you would have of either steel or wood frame.
While the new long-term care home is located in Huntsville, its benefits will be felt right across the district. People living in Muskoka will have another option for loved ones.
People wait upwards of 2 to 3 years on the wait list for long-term care.
It's for the community at large, because there could be residents in Muskoka Lakes, for example, who will use this facility for members of their family. And, so it has an impact for everybody.
Now, the new building is approximately 185,000 square feet at a cost of approximately $135 million. I'm told it should be operational by the end of the year. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Huntsville.
Ontario's education minister has tabled a bill that would make sweeping changes to how school boards are run, and that includes here in Simcoe County. CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris brings us the details.
What are you painting today?
After spending the last year threatening to eliminate elected school board trustees, the Minister of Education instead introduced a bill he says
vastly reducing their ability to disrupt the system, vastly reducing their ability to cause division within the system.
With more scrutiny on expenses, capping pay, and changing responsibilities. Paul Collier stopped short of axing trustees for consistency and to stay out of court.
No interest in opening up a constitutional fight or a charter fight.
With protections built in for Catholic and French boards, the only board losing trustees is the country's biggest. The Toronto District School Board will drop from 22 trustees to 12. Keep in mind, trustees are sidelined while the board's under supervision, setting up some complicated election scenarios.
If nobody wants to run because the board is under supervision, then that's fine. The ministry has the statutory powers to fill those vacancies, and we'll do it when we think it's necessary to do so.
The opposition leader calls this an attempt by Collier to make himself
the emperor of education, give himself the ability to appoint, frankly, whoever he chooses, to whatever role he chooses. And that means the appointment, I believe, of more failed Conservative candidates.
The bill splits and renames the role of Director of Education. They'll become the board's CEO, someone with a background in business.
Takes the responsibility for budgeting, the responsibility for management of a board, and puts it in the hands of a CEO.
An educator will take on the part of the job focused on teaching. Collier says in some cases that work will still be done by one person.
It is not going to solve the crisis. It's only going to make it worse.
What's happening here is bad. It's wrong. They're not focused on the right things.
Education union leaders agree the minister isn't addressing teachers' core concerns.
Class size, class complexity, and safety, but that never comes up. All these other issues are real. They matter, but they are not the priority. They're primarily the result of the issues the minister is ignoring.
They see Bill 101 as a piece of legislation
that is leading to the corporatization of our publicly funded education system.
An approach they say just won't work.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Major roadwork will be impacting one of Barrie's busiest corridors as the Dunlop Street Bridge replacement project moves ahead. Starting tomorrow, lane closures will begin between Ann Street and Hart Drive as part of the long-term Ontario Ministry of Transportation project over Highway 400. The multi-year construction will ultimately replace the bridge, upgrade interchange ramps, and expand capacity for future highway widening. Work is expected to continue to the fall of 2028. Now, Barrie residents, you are being asked to help shape the future of the city's waterfront. The city is looking for feedback on design proposals for a new Centennial Park food and activity hub aimed at creating a vibrant space for fun, food, and community gatherings. 2 early design concepts have been released, both focused on dance, dine, and play experiences along the waterfront. The project stems from the city's 2023 strategic plan to enhance year-round use of the space. Residents can review the designs and complete an online survey until May 1st. And the Barrie Colts, they're in the nation's capital tonight, preparing for Game 3 of their series with the Ottawa 67s. That'll be tomorrow night. Now, the Colts took a 2-0 series lead with a strong game on Saturday night. CTV's Mike Lang spoke to the players before they boarded the bus to Ottawa.
Hemming to the next shot, scores! The Barrie Colts are on a 5-game playoff winning streak. Despite falling behind 2-1 in Saturday's Game 2 at Sadlin Arena, the Colts scored 4 straight goals in the final 40 minutes, galloping past the 67s for the 5-3 win.
Once our guys, again, just kind of remembered what has made us successful in the past and what it takes to win at this time of year, I thought that we kind of found another level. I really liked the end of our game.
Von Richter takes the shot, scores! Deflected in front by Ben Wilmot. Third period goals by Emil Hemming and Ben Wilmot put the game out of reach. Wilmot leads Barrie with 7 goals this postseason. With the Colts leading 2-0 in the series, they left for Ottawa Monday morning for Games 3 and 4.
We do not want them to be the more desperate team. We have to match their desperation. So in our mind, it's a 0-0 series, and we're going in there and treating Game 3 as if it's Game 1.
Now it's Beaudoin on a breakaway. Beaudoin backhand scores! For co-captain and Ottawa native Cole Baudouin, he'll be playing his first OHL playoff games in his hometown.
Seeing the translation from me being a little kid wanting to get autographs from the 67s players to now being in a playoff series, playing against them, it's super cool.
The Colts points leader of the postseason confirms he'll have plenty of familiar faces in the crowd.
Parents, my brothers, uncles, aunts, yeah, a lot of people that have helped me get to where I am now. So it's super exciting, and I appreciate them a lot.
A win for the Colts in Game 3 would also make it their longest playoff winning streak since 2013. Tomorrow's puck drop at TD Place Arena is just after 7. Mike Lang, CTV News, Barrie.
The road to the Memorial Cup is brought to you by the Boots and Hearts Barn Burner Charity Hockey Game.
Still to come, a day of superheroes, side quests, and enthusiastic toy collectors. The Barrie Comic-Con came to town, and with it, a little something for everybody. Plus, that's a wrap on the season for Sweet Sap. This local event has been around for more than 30 years, and money raised supports local. We'll bring you details next on CTV Barrie.
April 29th, 2 chefs, 1 epic showdown. The Peggy Hill team presents the Iron Chef at Tangle Creek. Great food that gives back. All in support of the Busby Center. Get your tickets now. Head to Barrie.
Thanks for staying with us. Cosplay, capes, and collector craze took over Eastview Arena this weekend as Barrie Comic-Con drew a crowd of fans from all corners.
It's a fun collection of vendors and cosplayers, and just a great place for people to come and nerd out, have some fun with like-minded individuals, and score some really unique collectibles, do some trading, do some buying, just have some fun.
The artists are super cool. We always love to look at the local artists and support them. We're also all met through cosplaying, so seeing other cosplayers, seeing their craft, it's always a really great time. And all to be united by fandom is just really cool.
There's a Golden Age Batman there. That's from the 50s. Comic books are very unique in collecting, but because there's so many things involved with them. Everything from the stories, the art, the collectability. There's just all different kinds of areas.
Everybody's got their own little fandom, their own little geekdom, and it's all here in this building.
Love that. Geekdom with 150 vendor tables packed with comics, collectibles, and pop culture treasures. Nearly 1,200 people turned out for the one-day event, and it wasn't just about fun. Organizers also collected nearly 400 pounds of food to support our local food banks. Stacks of pancakes, sweet syrup, and outdoor activities drew a crowd, savoring the last taste of the maple syrup season at this year's Spring Tonic Festival.
This is our opportunity to bring maple syrup and family fun into your weekend. We have over 900 trees tapped here at Tiffin Center, and we go from modern day operations, and you can see how it works today, right through to how pioneers and First Nations did it years ago.
It's a great time to get everyone out of hibernation, basically, and out into the woods and checking out nature, basically.
It's a rite of passage of spring for many Canadians, and you can have some toffee and you can try some maple syrup and just have fun.
The event has become a springtime tradition spanning more than 3 decades, hosted by the NVCA and the Rotary Club of Barrie, raising more than $35,000 to support local programs and community efforts. Creativity was in full color this weekend at the Painswick branch of the Barrie Public Library. Families turned out for a community art workshop in partnership with the McLaren Arts Centre to fill the space with imagination and community spirit. The artwork will soon be showcased at the McLaren's Pie Education Centre that's beginning in May to align with Children's Mental Health Week. If you'd like to be a part of it, a few spots still remain for the next workshop. That's tomorrow. It's for anyone between the ages of 13 and 18, and it's completely free. If you would like to get caught up on what happened over the weekend further, you can go to our website. We are updating that 7 days a week, ctvnews.ca/Barrie, or scan the QR code on your screen. Still to come, 3 decades of supporting the Collier Street United Church silent auction and gala. But time is running out to get your tickets. We'll have details ahead, but first, let's check in with Case in Bob's Garden.
Looking for sunshine? Well, you gotta go northwest to Yellowknife, where it's sunny and -9. Are you looking for mild temperatures? Well, southwest Ontario, very mild, 21, and it's wet. When do the two meet? Warm and sunny. When do they meet? Not anytime soon, but our weather watcher artiste, have a look. Izzy says, tomorrow's National Dolphin Day, and that's what I want in my backyard pool, Mom and Dad. Surprise me for my birthday. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Hey, we're Martin and Steph
from Bounce 104.1.
And this week on the show, Sunday, be there. Well, we're giving away tickets to a Monster Truck show at the Satellite Arena.
Yeah, so make sure you're listening Monday to Friday from 5:30 to 10 for your chance to win.
Picture this, brought to you by Bounce 104.1 and Pure Country 106.
That might be a lilac tree. That's one of my favorites. I've mentioned that before. It reminds me of home, how it smells. Keep it coming. The photos, they were so wonderful last week, and we received so many that we will continue to showcase signs of spring. Picture this at ctv.ca. Case, could you see? Was it a lilac tree there?
It was a lilac tree, it was. Yes. You are correct. We could use a lilac tree out here to make things smell sweet.
Who knows? I'll help you plant it. I have a garden.
There you go.
I've never grown lilacs.
Well, there's a first time for everything. Oh, yes, you have. I know. That's very true.
Vegetables, I mean.
Yes, of course. That's where we were going with this. Let's talk about the forecast and what's growing as far as the forecast goes. We do know, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a rainfall warning for the better part of our area, and it does stretch a huge area. It truly does. It's from Innisfil right on up to Muskoka Parry Sound to the north, and to the west from Innisfil area to the west right through to Lake Huron, and anywhere from 20 to 40 millimeters of rainfall for this evening into tomorrow. Let's go with that forecast, and here we go with the temperature outside your door. Just about everybody still in double digits, except our friends up Parry Sound Way sitting at 8 degrees. 11 is where we are in Owen Sound, 14 in Alliston. We'll call it 12 degrees in Orillia, although you can't see it right there. Orillia, incidentally, my buddy Dave Brain up there, 37.6 millimeters of rainfall yesterday into today. Thanks very much, Dave, from Environment Canada, for sending that along to us. This is the almanac, 15 and 5, the high, the low for today. Yeah, almost double that for the record. Yeah, we're looking at 29.6 degrees in 2023. I'd have been out here with shorts on. Minus 13.3 in 1868. My great-grandfather would have been out here with shorts on. How about sunrise, sunset, 6:36? It's up. 8:02, it's down. 13 hours and 25 minutes of daylight. Roll that forecast radar for me, would you, Sully? And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the rain coming in. And yes, we see that it is rainfall worthy. Quite a bit of rain coming, and it's really kind of motoring on through. And there are some intense moments of rainfall, hence the rainfall warning. This is Southern Temple Georgian Bay Lake Simcoe. The winds are picking up as the evening progresses. 4, 5, and 6 degrees for the overnight low. 5 to 10 millimeters of rainfall. Low-lying fog and a risk of thunderstorms, and yeah, winds out of the west, 30 to 60 k a little later on. 18 to 19 degrees except Penetang and Midland, where 15 for the highs tomorrow. Oh, I see a 16 there in Orillia as well. 10 millimeters of rainfall for tomorrow at least. Some could see as much as 20, and even a risk of thunderstorms as well. So, and that fog should take its time leaving. First thing tomorrow morning. This is Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill. 8, 9 degrees, 5 to 10 millimeters of rainfall. Could be a thunderstorm or two roll through. Low-lying fog throughout. Tomorrow, 20 degrees, 21 in Richmond Hill. 5 to 10 millimeters of rainfall expected. Ooh, it's going to be a wet one. This is Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Haliburton. 4 degrees overnight. Showers, yes. Risk of a thunderstorm, check. That's in the box as well. 13, 14, 15, 16 degrees for the highs tomorrow. The highest concentration of rain expected in northern part of our viewing area, 15 to 25 millimeters of rainfall. And thunderstorms, does it want to continue? Where would we find that answer? Ladies and gentlemen, we would find that in the Diamond & Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast. And here we go, starting in Simcoe County. Wednesday, see what I mean about not a whole lot of sunshine? 5 to 10 millimeters of rainfall certainly possible on the Wednesday. There's 40% of it, chance of it coming down, but we do know that's the amount of rain that is moving into the area. 10 to 15 millimeters on the Thursday under cloudy skies. Yes, 17 degrees. 15 on Friday. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? 15 degrees, sunny cloud, and then Saturday arrives, and well, yeah, 19 degrees and 40% chance of showers arriving of York region. Have a look. Wednesday looks like cloudy skies, 60% chance of shower activity. 19 degrees. We're looking at 10 millimeters of rainfall in the area. 5 to 10 millimeters rainfall on the Thursday. And then 18, or that 20 becomes an 18-degree day on Friday with a slight chance of showers. And then 20 degrees, so we're getting milder. 20 degrees on Saturday and a slight chance of a shower or two. This is Muskoka, Pear Sound, Halliburton. And ladies and gentlemen, an additional 5 millimeters of rainfall should not surprise on the Wednesday. 40% chance of it coming down. 16 degrees, so we are mild. 17 on the Thursday. 10 to 15 millimeters of rainfall on the way. And then Friday arrives, cloudy skies, 18 and 18 again on the Saturday with a 40% chance of shower activity. So yes, we are mild, Sarah, but be nice to have a little bit more sunshine. It really would.
Well, it turns out, Casey, I am sometimes, in fact, wrong. We just received a phone call from Bonnie, and I got a message through my Facebook from Marilyn stating that it's not a lilac tree. It's not a cherry blossom. It's called a magnolia tree. How beautiful.
Magnolia.
Now we know.
Love that name.
Thanks, Case. 29 years and still going strong. It's the annual Collier Street United Church silent auction and gala.
And we get lots of furniture, really good quality furniture.
Those are just some of the 591 items up for auction ahead of Thursday's event. From tools to artwork, puzzles to gift certificates, all the money raised supports the church and its programs. And of course, no gala is complete without a mouth-watering menu.
Handcrafted and artisan pieces. So we've created homemade biscotti for our guests to take home. I'm right now making a stock that is behind me for our chicken marsala. On top of that, we've created homemade baked fresh brioche buns to go with it.
Over the past 29 years, I'm going to ballpark that we have raised over $400,000. It also goes to some of the outreach programs that we do, so benefiting the people who are unhoused in our community or food insecure. We help a lot of different community groups as well.
Ticket sales wrap up at midnight tonight for the 29th annual Collier Street United Church Gala Dinner, which is this Thursday night. And if you like the sounds of the meal but you'd like to stay home, there's a takeout option for $35. The online auction, however, will run until April 18th. A Canadian man has decided to take on a world record attempt, driving the length of Africa on just 3 wheels. CTV's Adam Sawatsky brings us his story.
After Seth Scott embarked on his first road trip,
I think it's like this freeing feeling of
across Canada and the U.S.,
knowing that you can drive for 10 hours.
He dreamed of doing a dynamic drive that nobody had done before.
Finding out that nobody had ever driven the length of Africa in a 3-wheeler, it really stuck with us.
So, Seth and his friend Oliver Jenks decided to drive from London to Cape Town in a 3-wheeled Reliant Robin.
They kind of become the butt of the joke all around the world for being terrible at being a car.
So they gave her a wonderful name, Sheila.
Kind of rhymed with 3-wheeler.
They also set 3 goals: break a world record, document the drive on social media, and fundraise for a charity that helps send the poorest kids in Africa to school.
And you realize how lucky you are, how difficult things can be, and how happy people can be in different circumstances.
Which is why, when countless things went wrong, like when Seth and Oliver suffered debilitating food poisoning, or Sheila's axle broke, transmission died, and engine blew up, they chose to focus on the countless things that went right.
We met some incredible people, and we saw a lot of fantastic and beautiful things. There's something very special about Africa that'll forever kind of have a place in my heart.
And then, after traveling across 20 countries in 4 months, they found out they'd raised $24,000 for charity. and after driving 25,000 kilometers, discovered they broke the world record for longest journey in a three-wheeled vehicle.
It's still hard to fathom that we actually accomplished it.
But they did, and now that Seth is back home in his four-wheel vehicle,
It's a Kia Rondo, so we call it Ronda.
he hopes you'll be inspired to overcome every obstacle on the road to realizing your own dreams.
You don't need a $100,000 4x4 to do something. You just need to have the drive and the motivation.
And if, like Sheila, you can transform yourself from the butt of jokes into the heroine of an epic underdog story, all the better. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Saanich.
Now, there was a celebration today for the world's oldest known living gorilla. Fatou, a western lowland gorilla, enjoyed a basket full of fresh veggies to mark her 69th birthday. It's believed a French sailor took her with him and then traded her to cover his bar tab before she was sold to the Berlin Zoo in 1959. Still to come, some alarming words from President Donald Trump this morning, warning that Iranian ships challenging the Hormuz ports blockade will be, quote, eliminated. That plus we'll recap tonight's top stories. Stay with us. Recapping our top stories, a second shooting in less than 2 weeks was seen here in the city of Barrie. Last night, it was a drive-by shooting in the south end along Carly Crescent. Police believe it was a targeted shooting. No one was home, and 2 vehicles were struck by gunfire. A new chapter in long-term care is taking shape in Muskoka, with construction well underway on the 160-bed facility. The new building is more than 185,000 square feet in size. The total cost of the project is $135 million and is expected to be operational by the end of the year. And the Barrie Colts are in the nation's capital tonight, preparing for Game 3 of their series against the Ottawa 67s. That's tomorrow night. The Colts took a 2-0 series lead with a strong game on Saturday night in Barrie, winning 5-3. The Colts are on a 5-game playoff winning streak now. We've been keeping our eyes on the daily price at the pumps, and today the numbers are up. Here in Barrie, we're seeing a near 6 cents uptick, bringing the cost of a litre to $1.72 at most stations. The most expensive in the country right now is in British Columbia. Gas there selling at more than $1.94 a litre. The U.S. military has launched a sweeping blockade targeting Iranian ports along the country's coastline, marking a major escalation in tensions. CTV's Annie Bergeron-Oliver now on how this is already sparking global concern over shipping, oil supplies, and the risk of a wider conflict.
Oil prices surged Monday above $100 a barrel as U.S. Navy ships began blocking the Strait of Hormuz, stopping all vessels from entering or exiting Iranian ports.
We can't let a country blackmail or extort the world, because that's what they're doing.
Since the war began, Iran has heavily restricted access to the Strait of Hormuz, a key waterway through which 20% of traded oil normally passes. President Donald Trump says the U.S. doesn't need the strait and that his latest move in the region will get Iran back to the negotiating table after talks broke down this weekend over Iran's refusal to end its nuclear program.
Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. And we agreed to a lot of things, but they didn't agree to that. And I think they will agree to it. I'm almost sure of it. In fact, I am sure of it. If they don't agree, there's no deal.
The new U.S. blockade seeks to starve Iran of an estimated $200 million a day in oil reserves, a form of economic pressure experts say could backfire. Iran has threatened to strike any vessel that it believes is violating the 2-week ceasefire.
Absolutely, we're escalating the conflict. And that is really the intent, escalation. But to what point?
Experts say the blockade likely goes against international law, and several U.S. allies, including Spain, France, Turkey, and the UK, have criticized Trump's move.
My guide from the start of this conflict has always been our national interest. That's why we stayed out of the war and why we continue to stay out of the war.
Economists say Canadians can expect to see higher inflation over the coming months, even if this fight over the strait is somehow solved within days. Annie Bergeron-Oliver, CTV News, Ottawa.
Now, as we just heard, concern over the Strait of Hormuz is behind a spike in oil prices today. Let's take a look at where the markets closed on this Monday. The TSX was up 183 points, the Dow was up 301, and the Nasdaq was up 280. In commodities, oil was up, closing at $99.08 a barrel. Gold was down, finishing at $4,767 an ounce, and our dollar up, ending the day at 72.40 cents U.S. A major shakeup. Bell Media has struck a deal to bring Saturday Night Live home to Canadian screens this fall.
Bottom line, all of you should be thanking us. We took out a horrendous, horrible leader who was oppressing his own people. But don't get any ideas. And live from New York, it's Saturday Night!
After more than 50 years of shaping comedy and pop culture, SNL is set to reach a whole new audience north of the border. The iconic sketch show will simulcast on CTV and stream live on Crave, with next day episodes available on demand. Now, that's not all. Crave is also adding a library of classic episodes and the new UK version of the show. Saturday Night Live's 52nd season is available on CTV and Crave this fall. Finally, Casino Rama Resort certainly is turning up the spotlight this summer as it kicks off its 30th anniversary celebrations with a star-studded July lineup.
Raindrops drumming on rusty tin, flathead dragging out 20 pound string.
Country powerhouse Hardy is headlining on July 12th, followed by classic rock favorites Loverboy on July 24th and Juno winner Johnny Reed closing out the month on July 31st. To continue celebrating the venue's milestone summer of music, legendary musician John Fogerty is also planning to make a stop in August. It's going to be a very popular place, I would imagine. Now the Raptors are playoff bound after completely hammering the Nets on Sunday night. Next on CTV Barrie, why the Cleveland Cavaliers now have their work cut out for them as Toronto celebrates the big win. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Time now to take a look at your Monday night primetime lineup. New Girl back-to-back episodes start at 8 p.m., followed by The Voice at 9 and CTV Barrie at 11 p.m. Welcome back. From buzzer to buzzer, the Toronto Raptors sealed the deal, punching their playoff ticket with a big win over the Brooklyn Nets. CTV's Sean Leathong brings us more.
It's been 4 years, but now the Toronto Raptors are heading back to the playoffs.
4 years, it means a lot to us. We're really excited.
It looks like they're playing a team game.
I'm very excited. They're a good team.
We're the new champions, baby. Let's go.
While it took until the last game of the regular season to clinch, fans say they were confident. Were you ever worried they wouldn't do it?
No, not at all. I was confident the whole season.
Raptors star Brandon Ingram predicted the playoff berth last summer before he played a single game with the team.
Well, I saw the team before I integrated into it. I saw how hard everyone worked, the care factor from every player.
And playoff basketball means Jurassic Park will be back as setup was underway today in front of Scotiabank Arena. Raptors made the playoffs. How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling great. I hope them to win. I hope they don't end up like Maple Leafs, though.
And after the 4-year wait, fans like Ash Rahman want big things.
I believe we're going strong, and we're going to go get it.
How far are they going to go?
To the finals.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's what I believe in.
Having finished 5th in the Eastern Conference, the Raptors will play the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round, with some saying it's wide open.
Well, I think it's much easier in the East than in the West, obviously. So maybe Eastern Conference Finals.
On paper, it's a pretty good matchup. The Cavs are the only top 10 team in the league that the Raptors had a winning record against.
The two teams played 3 times this year, with Toronto winning all 3, but that was before the Cavs added crucial depth like James Harden. This series starts Saturday in Cleveland. The last time the Raptors and Cavaliers met in the playoffs, it was way back in 2018, with Cleveland winning in 4 straight. That was at a time when Cleveland had a guy named LeBron James, and the following season, the Raptors won it all. Sean Leathong, CTV News.
All right, Case, let's take one last look at the weather, shall we?
Let's do it. Get up and go. Looks like this. First thing tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. How about a little rain and thunderstorm activity right across the board? 8 degrees in Barrie, 9 degrees in Newmarket, and 7 degrees, and certainly a risk of a thunderstorm first thing tomorrow morning right across our region. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a better tomorrow, Sarah. Back inside.
Same to you, Case, and everyone at home. Thanks for joining us on this Monday night. I'm Sarah Freemark. Jack will join you tonight at 11. Take care out there.